1978 Eastern Manitoba All-stars were just one of those teams that you would put together and hope that they would gel together and play well enough to win. And boy, did they ever. They beat the Carmen Gold Dives to become Team Manitoba. They went to the Nanaimo, BC and won a Western Canadian Championship. I played with one of those guys, and they might as well play as a team together for years and years, probably to go to that, because they were a hell of a team. They beat a lot of teams out there. So at this time, I would like to announce the players. And after I announce them, John Hill will come up and speak on behalf of the team. So leading off, manager, Andy Alexia. And Don, if you'd do the honors, sir. The next inductee is Arnold Asham, and he's unable to be here tonight. He's either dancing or curling somewhere in the world. Who knows where he is, but that's probably what he's up to. Next recipient is Don Asham, right field. The next inductee is Mr. Don Mascu. Pitcher, as was the miracle worker, winner of 6 games, including both games of a doubleheader over Carmen to win the Manitoba Championship, and he's already in the Hall of Fame. And I had to bat against him, and he actually beat me twice in those last 2 games and still hasn't apologized for it. And I'm not going to get one either, trust me. I play basketball with him in the off-season. He's a great guy. Next recipient, Kim Bjornson, catcher. Caught 4 games in 1 day in Carberry in like 40-degree heat. Next recipient is Rick Bozick. He's a pitcher. He's unable to be here tonight. The next recipient is Brian Coates, designated hitter, power hitter, already in the Hall of Fame. The best Carmen Gold I've ever played with. Actually, he's the best Carmen Gold I've ever wear that uniform. Next inductee is catcher, Yogi Happy Chuck. With a name like Yogi, where else is going to play him, right? The game ain't over until it's over, Yogi. The next inductee is no stranger to baseball in Winnipeg. John Hill, left field, top hitter in Nanaimo with a .533 batting average. Of course, he's already in the Hall of Fame. John Hill. Ex-manager of Winnipeg Gold Dives. Next inductee, Eric Lister, pitcher. Best looking guy in the team. Next inductee is Coach Gary Hogan. Next inductee is Bob Kinley, first base, one of the best leadoff hitters I've ever played against. This next guy is Chris Cowell, shortstop. They had a scrap against their team out in Toulon once, and I started it. He came around behind me and picked me up off my feet. And I'll never forget that because I didn't think Chris could do that. He's a pretty strong boy. Next inductee, Brock McConaughey, right field, another Hall of Famer, same year I got inducted, and I'm really happy to see Brock again. Next inductee is a good friend of mine, John Melnick, pitcher, won 2 critical games in Carberry, and he's also a fellow Hall of Famer. Come on, John, hustle. Attaboy. I'm messing with it, buddy. Next inductee, Terry Owen, pitcher. His family was unable to be here tonight, so Terry's not here. The next inductee had the funniest Hall of Fame speech I ever heard, and that's Wayne Siebler, pitcher, winner of the gold medal game, and he's already in the Hall of Fame. And if you were here to hear his speech that day, my stomach muscles are still hurting. What a funny guy. Next guy scored Stonzer, another Carmen Goldeye pitcher, and a good friend. Here's my buddy Ray Smith, shortstop from St. Boniface Juniors, the team that I played with. Run a double play combination, Smith to Lemoyne, and it didn't matter who played first base. Next inductee is Carl Watson. Carl is the pitcher that won the trophy for the best pitcher in Nanaimo. Presented tonight by his son, Scott Watson. Thanks, Scott. Our next inductee is Barry Wheat. He's a center fielder. Was a big reason why the team won in Nanaimo. He's unable to be here tonight, but Barry, we're thinking of much of it. The next inductee is Tom Mosencroft, first base. One of those Elmer Giant guys. And a good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the 1978 Eastern Manitoba All-stars. Give them a hand. I think we got Andy and Jerry, you come over here. Now the plaque says presented to the Southeastern Manitoba All-stars 1978 on the occasion of your induction into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame, June 2017. Give me another cheer. And now John Hiddle will do the speech. Thanks.
Thanks, Hank. I know it's been a long night. I'm just going to end this hopefully with a bang. I want to thank the Hall of Fame Committee on behalf of all of us honoring this team. You know, all-star teams are a strange animal. You don't have that long-term history with people. But this summer of 1978 was so unbelievable that we developed some pretty strong bonds. And it all started, we had to go to Carberry and play. And as Hank mentioned, we lost the first game of this tournament. We won the second one and then somehow had to win 4 9-inning baseball games in one day. Now, I played a lot of baseball in my life. I've never played 4 9-inning games before that or ever after that. Just that one day. But somehow we won all 4 of those games. And that gave us the right to play the Carmen Goldeyes. Now, very few people ever beat the Carmen Goldeyes in this era. They were a powerhouse. And of course, this team, which never did anything easy, lost the first game. And we had to play a doubleheader the next day, and as Hank also mentioned, Donnie Maskey pitched the second game and won, and then said, well, look, my arm feels good. We had a lot of pitching injuries, and he said, look, I'll pitch an inning or 2 and see how it goes, and then everybody can jump in and do what they can. Well, he ended up pitching the entire second game. Now, I've never played with a pitcher that pitched 2 back-to-back 9-inning games. Now, the story has it that he slept in the freezer that night to make sure his arm was iced properly. But it got us to Nanaimo, British Columbia. So everything's looking great until the day before we leave, Air Canada goes on strike. And there were no way we could get a flight on CP Air at the time. We were considering just canceling and not going, but no, that's not what we did. We privately rented a DC-3 aircraft, and we flew to Nanaimo. Now, I didn't know anything about a DC-3 aircraft, but as it turns out, it doesn't fly over the mountains. It weaves its way through the mountains. And unfortunately, one of the reasons is because it's just partly pressurized. So this really thin air as you're flying through the mountains, and adult beverages, as it turns out, don't go together all that well. You know, when we got to Calgary that night, we were pretty much out of fuel. We were bucking a headwind, And I'm listening to our pilot talk to the people in Nanaimo. And he said, I landed this plane on shorter runways than that. Sure, I can land it there. And then there's this dead silence, and he says, yeah, you're right. Not if there's no lights. So we actually had to fly to Victoria, rent a bus that got us to Nanaimo at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we played at 10 o'clock in our first game. We were the crowd favorites because they'd been announcing the night before during the game that the Manitoba teams got on a plane and now they're in Calgary and they're going to make it here at some point. And everybody was cheering for us the whole weekend, which was kind of fun. One guy that I know of was not on that plane. He had driven out with his wife and their baby in their motorhome, and he was our starting pitcher that first game, and his name was Carl Watson. And the Watson family is all here tonight to support this team and their dad, and fabulous that you came. Thanks so much. And let me tell you, Carl pitched at Jim and won a game that I don't think one of the guys on that plane would have been able to pitch and win. So we ended up winning this tournament. We win this national championship. Now, it's been a lot of fun in the last couple of days to be reminiscing with all these guys, because everybody has their own memories and the stories that they told or they felt or they remember. It's just been a blast. And we mentioned there's a couple of guys on that team that aren't with us anymore, Carl Watson and Terry Owens, both pitchers. They're up throwing perfect games up above, I'm sure. And my buddy who's played center field beside me, I was left field, Barry Weed, he's battling some very serious health issues. But I can tell you right now that the memories of these guys 40 years ago, they were all-stars, and they played like all-stars, and that's what we've all felt in the last couple of days. The thing I most remember about this team was that when something needed to be done, somebody, and it was often a different guy, got the job done. And my friends, that's how you win championships. Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more round of applause for all of our 2017 inductees.